Hey guys, this is Christ. This is Mark 169. Christ, whatever. It's Christ 169 here again. Mark here again. Weekend roundup. This is going to be about GameStop. You might have heard, may not have heard. GameStop has killed off Game Informer. Not much there to look at really with them. I mean, they were pretty much on the outs anyway. And how do we get this? How do we get to here? What really caused Game Informer to be cut? Not really anything outside the ordinary. Just probably GameStop way of saving money. Game Informer went magazine a long time. They were by themselves since 1991 or 91, 92 ish. And they were up for all of us little scrubs that couldn't go online. Internet wasn't really around that much. If it was very sparse. And magazines and books are the only reason why you can watch or read about games is magazines. And my parents thought magazines were just garbage because they weren't about sports and they weren't or something else like homemaking or whatever. They weren't pretty much worried about. And to me, it always bugged me because I think games should have been a little more treated with more respect than they were from the older generation. But that's what you get. So Game Informer was practically G4 TV before G4 TV was around. Technically, it gave us all gamers the constant dose of gaming news and knowledge. It gave us all we needed to know about games and more games and oh yeah, more games. It gave us all the information we needed. Had all the strategies, upcoming games, and maybe even some tips and also some what's hot, what's not kind of game, what to look forward to in certain games coming out, and what to kind of stay away from. But it had a little bit every flavor for everyone. It wasn't just boys. They even had Barbie stuff in there too for Barbie's games or whatever. I think like Alston Twins had a game there, time of Game Boy in there. And just they also gave you some tips and tricks to do on certain games you're playing. And that was pretty much how we all uh, invested our time in. It wasn't anything out of the ordinary. It wasn't anything bad. It was just one of those things. And I think that once you get used to that, once you get to have that magazine and you read it all the time, and if you're looking to subscribe, your parents were cool enough, you can subscribe to it. GameStop bought them out around I think 95 or so, and they're still being sold in GameStop. And GameStop, you buy a GameStop Pro membership, you got that, and then you got like 12 issues for a whole year for the price, and that was pretty cool. Because then I remember getting GameStop magazine in my mailbox all the time every month. Once a month, I get GameStop magazine, and that was part of the cost. So if your kids out there can read all the latest gossip and know about games and all the latest news about games, and that's something right there that needs to be addressed. The GameStop is going away with the Game Informer. It's kind of they went digital, and that kind of worked a little bit, but it wasn't the same thing. It wasn't the same thing as it was once was with maybe digital format. It wasn't as cool as everybody thought it would be. You know what I mean? So I think it's one of those things that people thought that maybe would stick around forever. Like the Pet Rock. But then again, this is like the Pet Rock. It had its itch. It had its niche. Then it kind of disappeared. But magazines have been around for many, 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 many years. Literature has been around for hundreds of years. If you want to know something back in the past, you have somebody write your story. Mark Twain said the best person to write your story is yourself. To write to write your own biography about your own life is how you would entertain yourself and entertain others about you. And that's how it was back then. When people didn't have 2,700 channels of cable and satellite TV to know about everything. You didn't have internet back then. You didn't have fast forward to 1991. Yeah, we had cable and internet, and we had cable and satellite, but no internet that much. Um, so magazines were good to use, a good source of gaming because G4 was coming on probably right around 99 2000. Tech TV, tech stuff. Screensavers. My brother loved watch screensavers all the time. Side note, they actually ran a computer on liquid nitrogen. They poured it in there, it turned on. It was pretty cool. Game Nexus did the same thing. They overclocked them. They like a like an i9 1200, 900 KS or whatever. They overclocked it. So hot that it created liquid nitrogen to actually vaporize when it hit the general of the CPU. That's a side note though. But this kind of stuff that they did on tech. Now you didn't have that in Game Informer. Talk about games, and more games. But it would put in there some PC tech in there. It would put some PC games in there. Like go eBay Games, you can buy this, buy this World of Warcraft or whatever. It'll have some things in there for PC enthusiasts. Not like PC, PC, chairs or whatever. Have like more like games and stuff like that. Games you can buy, like Age of Empires or World of Warcraft, something like that. Stuff of that nil, you know, stuff of that nil and stuff, and just really make sure that that everything was kosher with it. And it costs a few bucks. Your parents might buy it for you to shut you up. You read it on the home. You're going home. If you're a good kid, your parents bought it for you, and you read it on the way home. And then when your homework's done, you read it when your homework's done. And you read it over again. And you swapped out with other kids. They gave you theirs. It was probably something you hadn't read before, and you did that. That was kind of the first, sharing, sharing, media. It was it was magazine, but it was, you have to download it. You just shared it with friends, at the schoolyard. Talk about Mario Brothers 3, and talk about The Legend of Zelda, and all the other stuff coming out, and how I read about a lot of the games was mostly Game Informer. Of all places, a dentist office. Of all places, I guess when you get your teeth drilled, you need to have a coping mechanism. I guess to look at that, and that's one thing about I think it needs to be addressed. I mean, it just Game Informer or something that came up from my youth that I used to go ball crawl crazy. I used to read it in the gas station, of course, without buying it, of course, but we all did weird thing like that. And those guys go in there and read the other stuff from the very top of the very top of the shelf there, and that was adults only. Certain guys would be able to read, and then come my mom and father, yeah, time to leave now, because I know what they're doing. They're reading stuff. I got get a little motivation, I guess. But for me personally, and it's kind of off topic. They're kind of weird. I thought talk about that for weird. But anyway, though, but off topic. But anyway, though, Game Informer was a really good ally with GameStop to push the gamer cards, the cards for your GameStop rewards. You get 10% off. You really would say it. 10% off all trade in, or you take 10% off used games at GameStop. And even EB Games. When GameStop was coming up, it would have Game 4 would have GameStop stuff in there. Now we didn't have a GameStop at the time in Clarksville, Tennessee, or in Virginia, but we had I've heard about them. But and then of course, years later, and then they came in and bought out EB Games badges and Rhino Games, and and turned them all into GameStops. But what really caused me like about Game Inform was that it was something for gamers. It wasn't some old fart magazine, some crap that we don't care about, blah blah blah, old news fart, and that's it. No, it's actually some cool stuff, games, been made game accessories, new controllers, new turbo controllers, new wireless controllers, stuff they're talking about, and you also get a lot more games. Upcoming games are coming in, the rating system, what game is hot, what game is hot, what game is not, ratings of games, reward of games, so certain games won rewards. And that's how we would find that stuff out. We wouldn't find stuff out, by reading anything else but that. And that was something that kind of always stuck with me a lot. That made me stick with me a lot. Like, hey, that's pretty interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and read more of this. And that was, Game Informer itself. And I think that people need to understand that the Game Informer was a good source of gaming information, but its time has come. When they stopped selling the magazines, it went to all digital. And even right around 2014, they're offering the digital for your emails. You go email, you download it, and you read it off there. When I saw that, I realized that GameStop is going a different direction. They're not going back to the old format of magazines because magazines cost paper and paper costs money. So, but all digital, a couple clicks of a mouse here, can work wires and can work wonders for your career, especially if you are actually, doing, if you're working at GameStop and places like that. So I don't think it's a terrible thing that GameStop is doing what they're doing with Game Informer. I would think they will probably have maybe like a ceremony or whatever, like maybe like a final issue coming out, maybe like a last issue. Though like maybe the last 20 years of Game Informer, and they probably should do that. It could be something they sell GameStop, be 20, $30, maybe $20 maybe highest if I go with it. Could be about hopefully let's say about this thick or whatever, and had all the people who along the way, all the games, best games, worst games, whatever, and have a history of Game Informer. Did I get it like this thick? No, no, it should be this thick, pretty thick thing because there's a lot of years of Game Informer. That's what I would do if I was GameStop. I'll make a compilation magazine says final years of GameStop, 1991 to 2024, and it would just show everything from 91, make some screenshots of old badges and EB game, GameStop game stores, store employees, and a lot of games are good. Maybe some of the old editors retired, or some editors that passed away, sadly, and some editors that were there at the very end, and and have it signed maybe by some last editors or whatever, and that be home. You take it home and put it on your shelf, next to other literature, maybe other things you have that's from companies days gone by, and that'd be kind of cool. A compilation album, but a magazine format of a compilation. That would be kind of cool for it, I think. That will make it worthwhile, and I think that'd be kind of cool because then it'd be something to look at. It's pretty cool. I can deal with this. I can dig this kind of thing. And you have that, and you can do that, and you can do that, and you can run with it, and actually have a lot of going with it, and have a good time with it, and then you actually do a lot of stuff, and you don't have to worry about worrying about having to do all this stuff, and you can take care of it and stuff, and I think it'd be cool, but they may not do that. I know, guys, this is kind of off topic here, but I had a little issues going on today. Tire monitor system came on my tire, my back of the tires getting a slow leak or whatever. And it's kind of messing with my head right now because I have to work the next 3 nights. And it's fine. It's holding air. It's been holding air for 2.5 weeks, and all of a sudden now it goes again. It must be a slow moment somewhere. Honda checked it out. It's no big deal, but still, it's probably tire itself I need to go. But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I come off I'm not really into it tonight. But but yeah, though. So what do you guys think about it? Have you guys bought the GameStop or Game Informer over the years, last 20 years? The last 20 years, have you guys bought it? Have you guys read it? Do you guys still have your copies when you're younger of the GameStop? I mean Game Informer. And how do you feel about GameStop getting rid of Game Informer? Do you think it's like kind of necessary because right now they ain't really doing much for them, or do you think it's kind of bad for them? Comment down below. Catch you guys later. Peace out. Be safe. God bless.